English translation 406th contact. Saturday, 26th November, 2005, 23:43 hours.
I have a note here concerning a matter I would like to address at the outset. In a class of Nautens and Bern, a very clever psychologist claimed that on the one hand, the intelligence of the human being stagnates in old age, but on the other hand, it has remained constant since the very beginning of humankind. Welcome and greetings, Ptah. It is a great pleasure to see you well and that I can talk to you, comrade.
Dear friend Edward, I am also pleased that you are in good health, and I like the comrade, because I also see you as a friend and comrade. Thank you for your welcome, and my greetings apply to you too.
Thanks. It is funny, us two older gentlemen. Some might think that we have not seen each other for a long time, considering our mutual greeting. Some people probably do not understand that you can always rejoice when you see and greet each other, even if you only said goodbye hours or days ago. Unfortunately, this is not common among Earth humans, and usually cordiality is only pretended and does not correspond to the real thoughts and feelings of the greeters. When I, for my part, am always happy to greet somebody, then for me it is like seeing a lost daughter or son again. It does not matter whether it is just a grüezi, a good morning, or a salami. Somehow I feel exhilarated and deeply connected with other people, whom I often embrace in thoughts and feelings, which is unfortunately a rarity in reality, because it could be misunderstood, unfortunately. And I feel very special joy within me when I see and feel that the other person I greet is doing well. Well, there is a good reason why I am talking about this right now. Look here. These words were written by Brigitte Keller for the WZ Figu publication called Stimme der Wassermannszeit, and they speak exactly of what I have just spoken about. They are very good words, and I think that they should not only be mentioned in the WZ, but also in our contact talk. She speaks of our words of welcome and farewell, of which she has extracted a small number from our conversations. If I may read you her own words from them.
Of course.
Good. Bridget wrote this.
Loving greetings and other curiosities from the contact reports compiled by Brigitte Keller, Switzerland.
Billy, it was an unusual pleasure to meet you and to receive your advice. So I want to say now that I will always remember you fondly. We may never meet again, but rest assured that my memory of you will never fade. I too wish you farewell. Goodbye, Billy. Good, kind father. These were Ikarina's farewell words after her one-time meeting with Billy in his office on 2nd July 2005. Ikarina is the 11-year-old Plejaran girl who suggested the term Silent Revolution of Truth for our mission. The suggestion was generally accepted and found its way into the Plejaran Chronicle. Ptah introduced Ikarina to Billy as follows. The child does not understand Schweizerdeutsch, Swiss German, but she has learned German just to be able to talk to you. She is from Era, and her name is Kladena Ikarina. The first name means she who always finds the truth, and the second name means the Immaculate. She likes to be called Ikarina by her second name. So if you speak German, these words of farewell and thanks from Ikarina had led me to pick out a few greetings from various contact reports, which testify to the love and casual cordiality, but also to the great mutual respect that exists between Billy and his Plejaran friends. As I was browsing through the contact reports, I came across a few other excerpts of conversations, which I find worth writing down here because they are so relaxed, friendly and refreshing, and because they show that people are not detached beings from other stars, but really flesh and blood people who think and feel as human beings, and live and work as we do.
The 26th of April, 2004.
Hello, this is a surprise. First of all, I was not expecting any of you, and certainly not that you would come here, my friend.
It is a pleasure to see you. I offer you my greetings too.
The 31st of December, 2004.
Welcome to my lair, Ptah, dear friend. Greetings.
I also extend my greetings to you, dear Edward, dear friend.
The 25th of January, 2005.
Ah, you are here already. Salome, my son, friend Quetzal. It is good to see you here again. You are welcome.
Greetings of peace.
Separate.
Then I will go now, for the time has come. Goodbye, good friend. Thank you for your counsel.
You are welcome. Farewell, and let me see you again soon. Goodbye, my Quetzal, my friend.
The 3rd of February, 2005.
As discussed, I am coming earlier today because we still have a lot to do together. Salome, Edward, my friend.
Ptah, I also wish you peace and wisdom, dear friend.
The 22nd of February, 2005.
Oh, Florina and Zaphanat Paneach. You are welcome and greeted. It is nice to see you too. Ptah said you would come, but I did not know when you would.
We are also happy to see you. Greetings to you too.
Let me embrace you, dear friend. It is so good to see you well. Thank you for your welcome.
It is a great pleasure and honor.
Which is also on our part.
I can only agree.
Thank you. But what is the purpose of your visit?
We just feel the need to see you and talk to you.
Separate.
It is always amazing how well you are able to explain everything. Also how quickly you can always give good and comprehensive advice. Give me a hug, Billy, my dearest friend.
Girl, you embarrass me?
It does not have to be, because I do not want my thanks to embarrass you.
It is still true.
Let it go, dear friend. I thank you too. But now our time is up again. We have to go. Thanks again. Goodbye.
Never mind. Your friendship and love is worth a lot to me. Thank you very much. Stay well and come back again. Salome and bye, you two.
Goodbye, you two, be well, and we will surely come back.
The 17th of March, 2005.
It is a very great pleasure for me to be able to visit you again. The time after that has been long, but my work just did not allow me to come here. Greetings, and let me embrace you.
Dear girl, welcome back. It is a great pleasure to see you too.
The 21st of April, 2005.
I am so pleased to see you, dear Edward. Greetings.
As warmly as you welcome me, so warmly are you welcome and welcome.
The 28th of April, 2005.
Man, what a surprise. Greetings and salutations, you still strange girl. Just take a seat on the divan. I am always ready for such pleasant surprises. What can I call you?
My name is Nejdeska, and I thank you for your warm welcome, Edward. It is a great honor and pleasure for me to meet you. I also offer you my respectful greetings.
Also very pleased, thank you. Ta, you are a rascal. You know how to surprise me. But Najdesha, may I ask you what your name means and where your home is? I would also like to ask, without being impertinent, if you would like to tell me your age. Here on the earth, you really should not do that, because the female sex always makes a secret about her age, and if she already tells an age, then it is often not true. Especially some vain females often claim that they are younger than they really are. Unfortunately, many people cannot cope with age, which is why they have their face and body surgically enhanced.
You like to be surprised in this manner, dear friend.
My name means that brings hope, and my home is error. It was a great desire for me to meet you, which is why Ishwishtar fulfills this wish today. It is a great honor for me to really be here now and to see you face to face. What you say about the female sex on the earth is something we know on error. But it is incomprehensible, because we do not use surgery to change our face or body parts to look more beautiful, young or younger. We find it a great honor to grow old with dignity and to bear the marks of age. Therefore, we have no problems in telling you our age, as I can also tell you my age of 422 years. My task and activity is not an elevated one, because I am a simple woman and also work in a simple wise in a monitoring plant of natural food production, together with my husband. We have 3 children, 2 daughters, and a son, all of whom are grown up and work for Ishwishtar in his great flying machine.
It is also an honor for me. Thank you for your visit. What tasks and activities you have to do on Era, you have already said, but I do not understand what is actually meant by that. And how is it that you speak German?
I learned the German language only to be able to talk to you personally, because I have many private things I want to discuss with you. On Era you are known through Ishwishtar and our spiritual guidance that you are a very wise advisor and know how to give a valuable answer in everything. So that is why it was my wish to ask you for various pieces of advice, if you allow. And what I can say about my duties and activities is this. On the earth, you call my family task, to my knowledge, housework or housewife, while my other task and activity is based on the supervision of food production. More precisely, I am a trained gardener and am responsible for planting and caring for and harvesting natural foods. In other words, I am working in a very large vegetable growing facility.
Very respectable. I should have understood that natural food production refers to this, vegetable growing and the like.
Vegetable farming is also correct, yes. But then there is also the care and the harvest. But the utilization of food is not my responsibility, because that is my husband's.
But one thing interests me. Why Ptah he is also present? Does Najdesha speak of you as Ishwish Ptah? That is news to me, because I thought it was not usual for you to mention titles or anything.
It just pleases me to call him Ishwishtar, as many others do.
Aha, but still I do not understand.
If someone speaks like Najdesha in our country, it is the same as if we address each other as my friend or dear friend. So it is a dignified naming, but this has nothing to do with the fact that Earth humans address each other with titles, which makes no sense.
It is also unlikely for me that I am really sitting in front of you now and we are talking. For many years I had this wish before I dared to reluctantly present my request to Ishwishtar, who, surprisingly, immediately responded to my request and promised me that he would bring me to you. Yes, and here I am and I still cannot really believe that this is really the case. I am very grateful to Ishwishtar for that. I also want to express my deep gratitude to you, Edward, for your spontaneous response to my appearance and my wish. It is really hard for me to believe.
Najdesha, please, just take the whole thing as it is, as reality actually grants you. You are here, and this is fact and reality. You know, sometimes wishes can come true that seem unfulfillable to you. It is not a miracle, But you can still call it miraculous at will. Because if one knows that everything always comes together and the wise one makes it, then the result seems miraculous after all.
These are beautiful words. Thank you. Then I would like to begin my questions, if I may.
The 26th of May, 2005.
Salome as the greeting, Ptah. Nice of you to get here a little early.
Also be greeted, Edward. It was agreed that I would come a little earlier, so we still have time to play a game of chess.
I too, and probably all of us, would like to greet my dear fellow human beings so unreservedly and warmly. But usually it is only ahoy, or the beautiful greeting Salome, that is all that is left for us in the Figu. Why is that so? I am afraid that we have a dyed-in-the-wool shyness to be naked, because such loving greetings simply do not seem to fit into our time and our non-committal nature. The custom of kissing almost anybody for greetings and goodbyes, which is often practiced in our civilization at the moment, is only another non-committal, because it usually has nothing to do with real affection. But even if we greet each other with our sober hoi and chow or choose through the days, what is important in the end is that our attitude towards the person to be greeted is honest and sincere, and that the joy and warmth shines out of our eyes.
Loving greetings and other curiosities from the contact reports compiled by Bridget Keller.
Billy, it was an unusual pleasure to meet you and to receive your advice. I want to say that I will always remember you fondly. We may never meet again, but rest assured that my memory of you will never fade. I too wish you farewell. Goodbye, Billy, good, kind father. These were Ikarina's farewell words after her one-time meeting with Billy in his office on the 2nd of July, 2005. Ikarina is the 11-year-old Playaran girl who proposed the term silent revolution of truth for our mission. The suggestion was generally accepted and found its way into the Playaran Chronicle. Ta introduced Ikarina to Billy as follows. The child does not understand Swiss German, but she learned German just to be able to talk to you. It is from Era, and its name is Kladina Ikarina, the first name meaning she who always finds the truth, and the second name meaning the Immaculate. It likes to be called Ikarina by its second name. So if you speak German, these words of farewell and thanks from Ikarina had led me to pick out a few greetings from various contact reports, which testify to the love and casual cordiality, but also to the great mutual respect that exists between Billy and his Playaran friends. As I was browsing through the contact reports, I came across a few other excerpts of conversations, which I find worthwhile to write down here because they are so relaxed, friendly, and refreshing, and because they show that humans are not detached beings from other stars, but really humans of flesh and blood, who think and feel as humans, and live and work as we do.
Here now follows a list of our words of greeting and farewell, which I do not need to read, so I will read their closing words immediately.
Even I, and probably all of us, would sometimes like to greet my fellow human beings so warmly and without reservation. But usually it is only ahoy or the beautiful greeting Salome that is used here at Figu. Why is that so? I am afraid that we have a dyed-in-the-wool shyness to be naked, because such loving greetings simply do not seem to fit into our time and our non-committal nature. The current UN custom in our civilization of kissing almost anybody to greet and say goodbye is just another non-committal, because it has nothing to do with real affection. But even if we greet each other with our sober hoi and chow or choose through the days, what is important in the end is that our attitude towards greeting is honest and sincere towards people, and that the joy and warmth shines out of our eyes.
Bridget's words in the human's ear, because they are not only very good, but also valuable. It is a great pleasure for me to have heard their meaning from what has been said, because it gives me an insight into Bridget, which makes me understand her world of thoughts and feelings much better. Give her my thanks and my greetings.
You see, my friend, that is what I was thinking. I am sure Bridget will be pleased. But what is your opinion about the stagnating or primeval constant intelligence of the human beings?
The claim is nonsensical. Because if human intelligence had not experienced any progress and development since the very beginning of its existence, then humankind would still be in the stage of the early primates today. If humankind's intelligence had remained the same, this would have resulted in stagnation, as a result of which they would never have been able to rise from primacy. This also meant that humans would never have developed to the present state of Homo sapiens sapiens, and that no evolution of consciousness could have taken place. So another assertion is as much a nonsense as the one that the intelligence of humans stagnate with age. The opposite truth is that humans' consciousness is constantly educating and developing in the course of his or her life, whereby their perception, cognition, knowledge, expertise, experience, and wisdom are constantly increasing inexorably. This also increases the comprehension and understanding, as well as the consistency and logic of the mind and the ability to assess, as well as the capacity to grasp and act. But this means that the intellectus also grows with it, which is anchored in insight and understanding and has basically emerged from the original intellectus, and that the original intellect has developed from its dark depths into the conscious intellect. As this is also present in humans today, this clearly proves for every rational person that the intellect has not remained constant since the very beginning. It is also a fact that, in the course of human life, the intellect, through all its activities, develops further and higher, and thus up to the height of old age of the human being, has not remained constant, but is classified as part of an evolution, that is to say, a progress and development. Anyone who claims the opposite is either unable to use their senses or is so caught in false doctrines that reality cannot be recognized.
That is clear and unequivocal.
Then I have some important questions that Quetzal has asked me to ask you. He sends you his greetings and thanks you also for your answers. I would appreciate it very much if I could record the questions together with your answers on my recorder. I think the whole thing will take more than an hour and a half or two. After that, I have some questions from my two daughters, Simya Se and Plaja, who both send you their warmest greetings.
Then I guess this is the end of the official conversation, because I think that the questions are of purely private nature, and that you have to leave again after answering them, right?
So it is, my friend. Actually, I have important work to do after that.
Then let us not wait. So let's hear it.